The witch at Town Hall 9 is probably one of those troops that just should not be there. When you look at the grand scheme of Town Hall 9 attacks in Clan War, one of the strongest armies that continues to be seen over and over and over again would be the witch armies. Today we're going to take a look at 3 different variations of that witch slap army that still reigns supreme. What's going on, guys? My name is Joe, and today we're at Town Hall 9. We're taking a look at the witch armies again, and that's really because we cannot find any hog attacks. Now, I did find one, but the witch attacks outweighs the one. Like, every attack is a witch attack, but we've got different variants, so we're going to take a look at different variants. We got 13 witches this time around. We got a Town Hall 10, well, sorta a Town Hall 10, and I really like this attack because it was lower level heroes, and you're able to relate to that. Many of you guys out there do not have maxed out level 30 heroes, and so that's where this really comes into play. And when it comes to witches, and the reason why this attack is so successful is because the healers are able to stay alive, and as long as the healers are alive, the witches remain alive, and they continue to destroy the base no matter what else is on the base. You'll notice that the air defenses are tucked in on this base. You got single target inferno towers, which are properly placed in the core. Everything's grouped up. You've got all the expos, all the inferno towers, and it really just opens it up for the queen and the bowlers to go inside the core of this base with the group of witches and take down the defenses. Now, the witches on the outer perimeters, they are basically untouched because the healers have no challenge. They are not being taken out, and those healers are keeping our witches alive. The witches continue to produce spawning troops in the skeletons, which just continuously keeps the defenses engaged and busy to where they never actually take out the troops that matter, and that is the witch. The queen's in the core. She's removing some defenses. She's taking out some skeletons. She's taking out a gold storage right now, and then she's going to work her way down into an air defense. And once that final air defense falls, that's basically it. That's game. This base is done. So I'm going to speed this up. That way you can see the attack and see the army at the end. But in hindsight, when you really think about it, what is the point in using any other attack other than a witch army at Town Hall 9 in Clan War, at least? Now, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this for pushing. Each pushing base is different, so each attack strategy has to be molded for each different base, and you really need a catch-all. You need an army that catches everything when you're pushing. But when you're doing Clan War and you have time to plan the attack out, you can really look at these bases and determine what army am I going to use. And in this situation here, well, you got 13 witches and 4 healers that just completely wiped out a base with the assistance of some bowlers and some heroes. So there's your army. Let's get into the next attack, guys. This next variant of the attack would be considered the Queen Walk witch slap, if you will, but it's not really a Queen Walk at all. And I shared this one very detailed breakdown a couple of weeks ago. And this army, so I'm going to put it like this: when the attacker can use this army within the first 10 minutes of the war and clear 2 bases for 6 stars, you have something. This is a very good attack strategy, but you have to know how to use it. And you'll notice that she started out with a Queen Walk on one side where the air defenses were located, and then on the opposite side there was a pair of witches and healers that were dropped on the outer perimeter to work the opposite side. And then there was a golem, and then there's some bowlers, and you got a barb king and a queen. And the level of heroes really plays a major role here as well, because the king serves as a very good tank in the core of this base, which allows the bowlers to move behind him and take out buildings ahead of them. So they're working on the town hall here. You got queen on queen action right now, and once a queen falls, the bowlers are free to roam. The air defenses have fallen where the queen was located, and the witches are working their way down, but it really remained troops in line. And I believe that this is still one of the strongest armies if you can master it. I've used it personally. Like, I think the first time I used it, I got a 3-star, and I've only really messed up once, and that was because the queen did not follow and stay troops in line, and she strayed off from the rest of the group. But as long as those troops move on a straight line through the base, they're able to just basically do what this one did right here and gut the entire base. And I understand that this was probably a very fast replay because it's a very fast attack. It happens just that quick. And if you need further explanation, make sure you check out the link in this video, because this attack is just incredible to use. We're going to get into one more variation, guys. So I saved this replay for the end of the video because it's probably the most interesting of all, actually, and something things just go wrong and they don't go exactly how you plan them, but the attack still works. And there's 2 golems in this composition, and we're going to have a slight queen walk. So I mean, it's really the same thing with a queen and a group of healers on one side, and the witches and 2 healers on the opposite side. But we're going to identify a couple of troll Teslas, and I want to point out this builder's hut up here, and this location there is another troll Tesla, but these items will not go down until the end of the attack. And so the golems are placed, but they're going to go around the outsides of the base, and I believe that our attacker wanted them to go inside the base. We got witches backing it up, we got some wizards, so we have a very similar composition to the previous attack minus the addition of a second golem. And so the golems are going to go in, the Barb King's going to stay outside, he's going to work his way down towards the town hall. We got bowlers hitting the jump and the 1 golem, and the golem's going to tank for those bowlers, and the bowlers are going to hit the rage and just gut this entire base out, taking out multiple defenses, taking out the expos, and the queen and king are going to deal with the enemy heroes. And there's a group of witches that are over in the eastern or the northeastern side turning the corner up there, and they're going to find their way down towards the bottom of the base. All the air defenses are located on one side, or at least 3 of them. I didn't see where the 4th one was, but you'll notice that the bowlers are going to take them out. There's a lava hound in the clan castle, which is not necessarily a good thing, and the bowlers are going to take out a 2nd or 3rd air defense there. Queen and king have worked their way down to the southern side of the base, working their way around. The healers have transferred over to the barbarian king, and now you got some queen on queen action. So it looks like an attack that's possibly going absolutely wrong for our attacker, but he's able to rebound and continue to move through the attack while you have witches under some healer coverage over there in the eastern corner working their way around into the point defenses. And then they're going to eventually have to deal with this lava hound, because the lava hound's going to end up being targeted by the archer queen, and the queen is not going to die at this point. You've only got 3 point defenses remaining down here, and they're all tied up with skeletons. So we're going to go ahead and speed it up right here, that way you can see the hound pop, and then notice how our army has to backtrack. So the attack is a fast moving army. It clears out the bases quickly, but then they also have enough time to go back and fix a mistake. And this mistake here was the hidden Tesla and that 1 builder's hut up there in the north side of the base. So that's 3 different variants of this army, guys. I mean, it's really kind of a no-brainer. If you're thinking about trying to do other strategies, but you just need a really reliable army to use at Town Hall 9, and I'm kind of contradicting what I've said in the past, because I used to really not believe the witches. I just thought it was kind of a fluke or something, but they're really just that strong under healer coverage. This is the army right here if you want to try it out for yourself, and if you need any additional information or video coverage on Town Hall 9 attacks, click one of those videos over there. That's going to wrap us up for today, guys, and if you enjoyed the content, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and thanks for watching, guys.